Keselowski is one of those guys needing to win to get into the 2025 playoffs. John Hunter Nemechek in the 42.
Look at this top 12. Look at all of the drivers that need to win this race if they're going to try to make the playoffs. That's the only way they can get in. They have track position now. Let's see if they can keep it.
Kim, tell us more about Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, he had a great
on the screen. Look at the bright yellow glove. He's on the rumble strips.
He's got to get squeezed maybe a little bit by the 19. If the 19 is trying to get left to be able to set up the turn into 4, just got to put Blaney a little bit off track and gathered it in though. Usually you see those cars.
Is almost done with the final lap with thanks to Credit One Bank. And what a stage it's been by Denny Hamlin. Controversy last weekend, closed door meetings, and not a reluctance to talk about it, just simply we are not talking about what happens internally at our team, but there has been a direction established on how we will...
Brad trying to take advantage of it.
And a big bump, big push from behind from Austin Cindric, and the 12 of Ryan Blaney flashes his way right around the outside into second place. Little behind, you see the 5 of Kyle Larson now. Hocevar is hanging in there. Larson on the inside of the 2 of Cindric. And then Hocevar, the Dinger's in there in 8th, ahead of Haley and Chase Elliott. There they are, top of your screen.
The car was, quote, just edgy, and you heard the radio comment, just no rear grip at the end of that run. His teammate Chase Briscoe, however, has led all 35 laps before he came to pit road. Said the car just a little bit too free off the corner, and he said for way longer than normal, the car was bottoming out into the run. So see if the 19 can have a clean pit stop here, waiting on the left rear. Oh, this is going to cost the 19. It's a long stop here.
Here we go, front row, McDowell, Van Gisbergen off of turn 12, and we are racing on the streets of Chicago.
Really good job right here by the 71 of McDowell. He anticipated the launch of SVG back at the restart zone for the initial start of the race, now challenging back to the end.
So losing both oil pressure and voltage, Jamie, how concerned would you be only 20 laps into this race if you were getting that from your driver?
Holy, this wind is crazy. We're pretty gusty here, so kind of stay the same, and then it picks up every once in a while. Probably gets a big gust every once in a while.
And we get a caution, debris on track. Saw one of the NASCAR monitors that was focused on that.
Is one of his best racetracks. He's won 2 of the last 6 races here. So, Junior, I tried to pin Denny Hamlin down, said, hey, what's the difference here? And he talked about the early run discipline that you mentioned just a moment ago. So I asked Chris Gabard, who was his crew chief at the time, when he changed his driving style about 6 years ago, and he said, listen, at Dover, if you are not...
I'm racing. I'm out here racing as hard as I can. But I will admit, for 11th and 12th, right there, you would think, I think we should show this on camera for the next few laps, because I'm not sure they're done. I think they're very frustrated with one another. Oh, here we go. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yes, sir.
Gibbs goes around.
Yellow zone.
Off the front.
He could have made a left right there and gotten below Joey Logano. Well, why didn't he do it?
Oh, look at that 34 across the nose.
Todd Gilliland and
Reddick.
Tyler Reddick.
Oh,
into the wall.
Exactly what Reddick didn't want is to have an issue early and leave the opportunity for the 48.
I would say the temperature has changed inside the 12 since we went green, right? Plenty of motivation there. Byron hanging with SVG.
16th round.
And man, Allmendinger was top 5 after they had the early slide and he's off track.
Yeah, that's out of turn 2. Saw a lot of cars get spun around there in practice.
Got out of the car after practice happy. They said it was a solid, good day. He qualified in the 7th position, but it's been a free fall since the green flag. Now runs in the 16th position. It is a totally different story today. Listen to Bubba's radio.
Gosh. 10-4. You manage it best you can.
So again, Bubba not happy with that car. He said it's plowing. He cannot.
Didn't allow him to get where he needed to get.
I don't know, but I'm going to keep an eye on this.
Watch this as we come back. Right.
Didn't allow him to get where he needed to get.
I don't know, but I'm going to keep an eye on this.
Watch this as we come back. End of that caution. Let's go. Ryan Blaney chose the outside on the choose, and Keselowski's on the inside. Here comes Team Penske's Austin Cindric in that on this final lap presented by Credit One Bank.
Oh, McDowell went to the top right there. trying to get by the 35 of Hertz.
He's going to hold on, though. McDowell will stay ahead as Kyle Larson wins the second stage here in Las Vegas.
Right there, you just got to sit and wait till you can right the ship and move on. I don't remember the last time we did a race on a road course when we made it to stage 2 and said A.J. Allmendinger was quietly performing, but he's under attack now.
He gets past pretty easily right there. 88 set that up perfectly, just really.
Turn 3, final time, stage 2. Eric Almirola looking to get the stage sweep. That stage win he had here in the springtime was his first and only stage win of the year until he got stage 1 here tonight. He's going to take stage 2 as well.
1 second faster on entry. So Denny Hamlin, the 11, doing a nice job. Looking back on the 20 right here.
And Ty Dillon knows that as this all cycles around, this should put him, you know, roughly somewhere around the, you know, fighting to keep himself.
Clear track ahead. Pace car leaves the racing surface. Let's go. 1 lap to go. Brought to you by Credit One Bank to finish off stage 1. Ryan Blaney leads the field of green. Here comes Reddick on the inside of Van Gisbergen. The 21 and the... Let's talk more about SVG. Here's Dave.
Lee, so interesting to see him out front in the middle there in that Red Bull car. Asked Stephen Dorn, his crew chief, this morning after those 4 road course wins, is this type of racing his second best discipline? And Stephen said, well, I don't know about that. He may not be able to, quote, see the air, as people claimed Dale
in Chicago. But Adam Stevens was one of many crew chiefs, Chris Rebell's crew chief, who told me how surprised they were with what they planned on coming here with. They show up yesterday in practice, and the track was far more looser and far slower than they had anticipated. So that's what they were working on throughout the night. Both Bell and all his JGR teammates, like Chase Briscoe there.
And I guess the best way to shut everybody up is to go out there and dominate stage 1. And maybe even go on and win the race. So well done, Denny Hamlin. 5th stage win this year for the JGR man. And Kyle Larson's not too far back either.
Now that the 6 is there, this is going to make the 24 tight on corner exit. If he can get close to that quarter panel, he can actually affect the air to the outside car.
Hear it bottoming out.
You can hear the left front bottoming out and start slapping up the rubber. So definitely a tire goes down first and then straight up into the wall. The wall, heavy damage to the steering. Left front already flat.
Right now, 1 lap down. What's the latest there, Marty?
It's no better, Adam. They are 2 seconds, a good 2 seconds off the pace. And Scott Graves told Chris Buescher it is something internal in the engine and nothing that we can fix today. Man, they came in 52 above the cut line. Felt like they had...
I'm like you, though. I feel like, you know, who's behind me on a restart can play, you know, such a big... Ooh, there's contact. Zilich and Love, the 2 best buddies, getting together, racing for second.
On the lead lap. Doesn't want to give up that opportunity, and the 20's going to go around and clear easily. Denny's going to have to give it up.
Hocevar made his pit stop. It cycled to Suarez, the last one yet to come under green, as these 2 continue to duke it out. And as we said...
And William Byron on the inside in that 24. The black and yellow car has just been creeping his way forward. His teammate in Kyle Larson's not too far behind either. And the youngster, Carson Hocevar, is right in the mix. And it's Michael McDowell on the low side of Ryan Blaney.
For Blaney, Larson, Logano, all of those playoff cars, a point available for winning the stage. The aggression is real.
Now no problems out front. Shane Van Gisbergen with a 1.3 second lead over William Byron, Marty.
Adam Jr. mentioned that SVG was a little concerned about his car in practice. It wasn't the early part of the run that we're in right now that he was concerned with. It's the later part of the run and losing.
We're back to racing with 18 laps to go in stage 1 here in Kansas.
Now that's one way to make 2 tires work and get clean air. Great start by the 11 of Hamlin.
Through to the lead, and here comes Austin Cindric. So for those 67 laps led, and just like that, William Byron loses 2 positions. And it's going to pay off for the driver of the 6. In the lead at the right time. First stage win this season for Brad Keselowski in the RFK Racing Ford, the Solomon Plumbing Machine. What a start here in Iowa. Down the back stretch.
Christopher Bell on the bottom, he loses momentum.
Stage points on the line. William Byron is going to grab the maximum here. What an opening stage for the Hendrick Motorsports driver. That's the way to do it. Briscoe and Larson are fighting hard to the line, but it's William Byron who
lose a couple spots.
That's what you want to do.
And one of the strategies is going to be right, but you don't want to be, you got to at least be leading that. I don't think he's going to hold it for long, though. SVG's going to dive out right here.
Oh, we got a car around. Bubba Wallace is backwards here in turn 11.
He's going to have to just sit.
Yeah.
Can't back up.
He's going to wait for the field to go by.
I think the guy we got to watch is who's right behind Allgaier. Jesse Love, you see right there, is he going to make it 3 wide? He is.
As soon as they got that start-finish line, he said, I'm pulling out a line, and there he goes.
Yeah, and a lot of times that won't work because you'll lose the momentum on the inside. See if the 19.
A moment ago, you saw Denny Hamlin up the racetrack just a little bit. That's the first time he's migrated off the bottom as he passes his teammate Chase Briscoe for the 4th position. You know, there's no question early in Denny Hamlin's career, Dover was his worst racetrack. He'll admit that, but there's also no question later in his career.
is racing to the line, but the guy who'll get there first is Ryan Blaney.
Short run speed fixed for the 12. He shot off the front of the field like a rocket on that restart.